Hello interweb, this is Dannage. Welcome back. We still don't have a name, so welcome back to the Castamere map with an as yet still unnamed town. We have a couple of things to go on today. Airports DLC is out. It's been out for 3 or 4 days. I was a bit nervous about going straight into doing anything sort of next episode wise, because obviously I've got mods in here. We might want to give the modders some time to make sure that the mods and the new DLC don't clash. Now, I haven't bought the new DLC, but obviously there is an update made. So if we unlock tree-lined roads, we may be able to show some of those things. The other element that's in a freebie, isn't it? It's unlimited soil, or the ability to buy or sell soil. However, we've got unlimited soil on so that we can do landscaping, even though we have none of that yet. Then what's the other thing? New trees. So we should... we've got some... Do I see anything that looks obviously new? I cannot see any new trees. Ah, content creator trees. Ha ha ha. Yeah, okay. Right. Shall we scratch that, shall we? Yeah, look, there's loads of trees. There's little grass ones and bigger ones. We will use those. Where did we say we were going to do? What we are going to do is we are going to tidy this little area up. We're going to make our first little proper road down here. We've got some infrastructure in place. We don't have much in the way of residential demand, but we do have to try and get another 4,500 people in this episode. We want to go from busy town, not busy town, we need to get to busy town, and then we want to get to a big town. Both of those should unlock some extra stuff, which we are going to get with. So we need to, we're just past our cash balance, our starting cash balance. So we started off with 70,000, we've got 73,000 now, 5,389, so just over 5,000. We'll put in a little bit more residential round here during the course of the episode to try and beef up that demand before, so we sort of fill up the tile before we move into any of these other areas. The first thing that we are going to do, as promised, is I'm going to create a road which is going to get rid of all this stuff. These bits will go. There will be a new road. So I have a responsibility now to make that not ugly. I'll do my best. Only time will tell. Off we go then. So here we are in the slightly revised area of town. Some people have got big gardens, but basically people have got some gardens or some fences separating them. Gardens getting a little bit longer as we go down into this area. Nicely spread out, got a little bit of fencing, got some commercial area around here in the middle, got the school in the middle of this area now as well, and a child care centre next to the school and a basketball court. We have got to, right, so there are a couple of things that we're going to do from a naming convention. Let me get out of this view. Some things that we've got to rename. Now this road here, it's going to be the first proper road, and I'm going to name this after not my. It's difficult to say biggest fan, but I would say, you know, only person that actually actively acknowledges that I make videos. On behalf of my young friend, I'm going to call this first street that we have Oscar Street, because Oscar is not necessarily a fan, but his dad's nice. His dad's nice to me. So, yeah, we'll call that Oscar Street. There we go. Your name in lights. And it's a nice little bank front road. I would say seafront road, but it's not the sea, it's a river. And then over here, I've basically totally stolen this idea, so this cannot be called anything other than, I'm gonna pronounce this incorrectly, Shukaboa. Sorry, that's Shukaboa Gardens. And if you haven't seen Shukaboa, it's another City Skyline YouTuber. He did a video recently about the new trees from Mr. Maison, and I saw he had lots of areas where there were lots and lots of trees, and it looked much better than this, but he had a tropical garden, and he had all these sort of pink trees around it. I've put some yellows and oranges in there because that's more my colour palette. So I just thought that's really nice, sort of taking one of these gardens and slotting these in. I normally put these in city blocks somewhere because they're a 4x4. All the other parks are quite large, aren't they? And I never end up having space to put them in. Shukaboa Gardens, representing this entire little park district over here. Not to be confused with this park district over here. None of this area is prettificated. All looking a little bit chaotic, isn't it? Yeah. I think this looks a bit more realistic. I don't want to say good. I'd never like to say good about anything. What shall we do next? Well, I've snuck some work in off camera, and what I've done is I've largely just tidied up this bit. So we had some bits and bobs going off, but essentially I've made a road, and now instead of 4 squares away from the big road, I've made it 2 squares away from the big road, and all the way round so far until it gets to the park. I've taken the industrial roads out of this bit that I just added in during the time lapse, made them the normal roads, but then just down here I have put some commercial. All had to flip it around. I should have had that. There is a mod where you can change the zoning, but all the zoning was on the main road, and I didn't want anything on the main road. This is a car that was about to drive into a road that was coming out here, but he's going to be very confused because in a minute he's driving into the back of a shop. Car parks here, just single car parks now instead of the doubles that we created here. So you see, this is the setup that we had before. I was going to do something with those areas. It's now just too wide. There's one shop in each of these. Occasionally there's a footpath. This sneaks around. I've raised that up, dipped Oscar Street. This is going to be a bridge that goes off to over here and then off into the old town. We'll do that later because we'll be unlocking tiles later, but then Oscar Street will be able to come round, have a few more houses on this, on a little hill, just to sort of carry on the road thing. So tidied all of this up. Needed to put some quick links back into the main roads just here. So there are going to be a lot more entrances. So this is the main avenue, and the point is that it shouldn't have much traffic on it. So it's not going to have many junctions. But the road behind it, this one, plenty of opportunity for junctions. So I'm going to try and keep them as straight and true as possible. That park is going to stay, it's going to get tidied up. A road in there, where we can put them without upsetting the neighbours too much. Or I didn't want to knock that bit of road out. So that's what? 6, 11, 12, 13. Oh, unlucky for some. That's about 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So these roads will make them a bit straighter so that we can get, an onion, if you like. We'll have an onion of roads on the inside, make them coming out nice and straight. And you need to make sure that your pipes are adequate, because if you're about to unpause the game, people could complain if there's no water. So let's just make sure that our buildings are watered there. I've kind of gone off I've gone off piste there, haven't I? With that road, that pipe even. Let's try that again. We've got we're not very far into our 7,000, and we're losing people. But we do at least. We've over that time lapse, we have created a fair amount of money, and that's probably because we made lots of small housing, lots of small cheap housing, just over here, just because we were trying to get some stuff right. I want to unlock this tile. I want to unlock the tile and tidy up this industry, but I'm gonna want to do some stuff first. Just before we get to that, that is going to involve lots and lots of little streets. You watch, I bet somebody goes in there and complains they haven't got enough water. Look at expanding some areas and tidying up the industry. Not tidying up the industry, beefing up the industry. Let's call it that. Yeah, let's do that. Got some stuff, and again, all this is kind of temporary. We're going to remove that and clean it up and do what we've just done over here, recognizing, and what we're going to do over here, but recognizing that I think spreading out the housing a little bit will make it look a bit more realistic, but will also impede the amount of people that we've got. How's our industry area doing over here? Our industry area is okay. It's getting some plain timber and some raw forest products. It's importing quite a bit. There is room here, I suppose. Let's have a look at the topography. On a hill, but could be done. Right, let's quickly do that. We just want to level off. We will do a little bit of landscaping. Haven't really done any landscaping yet. That wasn't right, was it? Alright, so we've got another small tree plantation. So we've doubled our extractor capacity. Maybe not enough to fuel all of these hungry factories. That area's alright, that'll do for now. You probably don't need that. So what we could do actually is he dropping off? That's a shame, because I'm going to destroy it now. Let's put one more extractor in here, and then that's just, we're producing a lot more. Would have been nice if tree replacer could have, the road tree replacer could have worked on that one as well. They just look a little bit out of sorts with the rest of the trees, all those dark greens. Now I do, I mean, I don't know about where you live, but where I live there are lots and lots of very different greens. You get very vibrant greens, you get very dark greens, all sorts, all in a mishmash, and it's quite nice. I quite like that. It does look a bit jarring here, doesn't it? It's like, well, we've got some sort of yellow trees here and some yellow trees there and some very sort of sickly green trees here, pea green trees, and then we've got all these dark ones. So we'll look about mixing some of those up, but it's more important that it's productive. So we've got forest products. Oh yeah, look, we've increased. Whoa! Okay, there we go. Very much increased the import-export ratio there. Good. Hardly need to import any. That's going to be good. We're going to expand now. If we look over here about what we've unlocked so far, and we've unlocked Little Hamlet, that's fine. But when we got Worthy Village, we got another area. So we got a second area. Tiny Town didn't give us an area. Boomtown got us another area. So technically, we should be allowed 3 areas now. I do have the 81 tiles unlocked. I do have the ability to unlock them, so I could just go out and buy them all, but not going to do that. Going to do this sort of within the limitations-ish of the gameplay, so I think we will get this tile next in order to get a large industry, which our population provide the workforce for. So that will be a local. There'll be a bit more residential, a little bit more residential maybe around here, or maybe the forestry industry. That little area could expand just all the way around that piece. But before we get too crazy, we are going to need to do something about, because if we build an ore area or a large ore industry, that will make the traffic quite bad. So I do want to get. Now, before that traffic happens, I don't know why you guys are waiting. There's nothing coming. There's nothing coming. Just go. Just go. I mean, give way, but give way to stuff. Not. Oh, I saw a wasp. There was a wasp going around, so I gave way to the wasp. Sorry, got distracted. Distracted by wasps. There you go. That's what you're here for. That sort of brilliance. So let's purchase this. That wasn't too much money either, 4,300. That goes nicely up the hill. Good view of our town from the hill. Lovely. Got a bunch of stuff we needed to do. We want to move. Guess we want to move this industry over a little bit. We want to replace the industry here with, I guess, warehouses. Have those by the train station. It's all very dirty and mucky, isn't it? Can't wait for the Eden project. Now, during the time lapse, I did put a larger recycling centre in because we had a bit more income. I could afford another one. Garbage processing, it's not terrible. We're getting 28,000 a week, and we can handle 39,000 a week. So that feels like that should be further up the green. We'll expand this because obviously Evania, nice componentised building here. But it's designed to go with other buildings, as can be told by this sticky out bit. More buildings will need to come in here for a proper recycling centre. What have we got in terms of rail? Needs to reach a population of 10,000. Let's scrap everything that we just said then. We're not going to do anything with the train station just yet. No. So I'm going to paint another industry area up here. Now that's not all covered by ore, but that's quite good because it means that we'll be able to put all of our other buildings there. Okay, so we've set that up. We've got a little one-way system around here, and that's just for the local traffic that's depositing to the storage areas and then the processing. So that should keep us going for a little while, and we should keep that away from. Yeah, I don't think we should put housing up here. That should give us an industrial demand, and hopefully some money. Ooh, yeah, great. Our garnet mineral industry has now reached level 2. Don't know how large that thing is, or the underground mine is, but we will see in a second. Okay, so we've got the glass manufacturing plant now, along with the ore grinding mill. We've put in a barracks, we've got 2 ore storage locations, and we've got some underground mines, providing presumably more than these guys. 5,000 a week. These do 7,000 a week, yeah. Oh, we've reached level 3. Unlocked rotary kiln plant, electronics factory, seabed mining. Oh, medium ore mine. Let's go and whack some of that on. I probably should have been looking at my cash, because all of a sudden everything's very expensive. And I've still got 16,000 left, but I hadn't realised. Obviously, I've just been plonking this industry, not remembering that it's really, really expensive. I had 170 grand, didn't I, when I started? Got no idea where all that money's gone. Total profit. Oh, look at that, 2,000. Ooh, I'm rich beyond my wildest dreams. Let's get some more housing in. Well, I have to say, I've spent a lot of off-screen time putting hedges, fences. I started with some props, but you know, a lot of these sort of tables and things are so small, you're not going to see them. I mean, those tables that are sort of included are fine, but a lot of this stuff ended up just like being so tiny, then you just don't bother putting it in anymore. So I've moved around a lot of stuff in this area. I've made it, as you can tell, a lot more orderly, a lot more samey. There's things to, there's you know, misaligned hedges and bits like that, but oh god, I've done a detailer and it's been a few hours that I've been doing this off screen. I've got to do something with that whole area, but here's a library and a dog park and some extra stuff with that, and yeah, I've just sort of refreshed that area. And the result of that is that we've still not hit 5,000 population yet. This area obviously looks a lot less higgledy-piggledy than that area. Does it look better? I'm not sure. Sometimes the colours look nice. It kind of looks nice being orderly, but then this, I don't know which one feels more realistic now. I don't know which one feels more realistic, but this is certainly tidier, and these guys have gardens. Well done, you guys have gardens. The guys on this side are like, whoa, we don't have gardens, and yet we seem to still have a fair amount of green space out there. So from this distance, can you really tell? And does it look any better? Anyway, look, I'm not going to keep you here forever. I need to get some more residential. Now, there's still going to be some industry over here, but and there's still a lot of pollution over here, but I don't think we've got a choice. I think we're going to have to expand out into one of those areas. I have moved the recycling centre over here, and I have removed some of the industry there in order to prepare for a bit of a straight road. Oh, look at that traffic. Oh, look at that traffic coming in. How far is this backing up? It's interfering with the thing. This might be just because I had it on pause mainly, and I have obviously rebuilt an entire residential area. So this may well, if we speed this up, this stuff may well clear once we get the residents all settled in. I'll tell you when we get to 5,000. It's not your eyes deceiving you. I have got the day and night cycle back on. Just because we haven't seen this place in the dark yet. And also, we're about to hit 5,000 people. Now, the traffic has cleared somewhat. It's not backing up onto the highway anymore. So, I am confident that this is largely related to, we've got some industry going on. But I think that was just because we got people moving into their new houses. So 5,000 is good, because I was getting a bit of a panic, because I've got both of these areas and they've all got lots of residential houses, but I wanted to get to 7,500, didn't we? We wanted to do 7,500 today, but we're about to hit the grand 5,000. Ooh. Oh, I thought he'd never get there. Hurrah! Hurrah for Busy Town! And we have city planning policies now. Oil industry specialisation. And, ooh, some new things. Oh! Roads, tree-lined roads. Hello, hello roads. I've missed you, roads. Oh, look at all those. All those roads. And then the large police headquarters and stuff. Have we got... there's some fishy things. Oh, a community pool. Might put that in. I know where that could go. Have we got the high density? No. 7,500. See, I thought about putting some in. I thought about plopping some in. You know, that's kind of cheating, isn't it? Because we don't have that unlocked. So let's set it back to daytime. So depending on how big this community pool is, it's either going to go there, behind the community school, or it's going to go here behind the library. Until it was on fire, this was a nice little commercial area in the middle. You remember I had the commercial area, and we've got some parks around here, so we should have some better land value now. Yeah, look, it's beginning to go green. We've got some increase in the land value there. Shukaboa Gardens. 2 stars, and it is bringing in the residents, bringing in the visitors and tourists. Good. Community pool. Oh, it's a bit big for that one, so that's going to go here then. So we've got some pathways there leading up to one of the park entrances. Could put a crosswalk in there, but I spent so long removing crosswalks, or figuring out how to remove crosswalks, it feels kind of mean putting them back in. I think we want to move some of this industry. Maybe we want to move the horrible polluting industry to over here where we're going to have horrible pollution anyway. Move some of that over. Now, not many people. There's still one guy using this bridge, but haven't really seen much traffic on this bridge since we improved it. Possibly because you have to go all the way down there to the end and then turn around and come back on yourself. I mean, it was designed for these people to go over there without having to use their cars, but maybe they don't like that. What we could do is we could create a cycle path. Hang on. Well, it's a bit steeper than I'd like, but we've dipped the road underneath enough so that it's not terrible. We don't have... Oh, we do have a poking light. There we go. Pokey out lights. Clipping lamp posts. Bon would not approve. Cool, so now we've got a cycle path that runs from this little town up to, or from the residential area, sorry, up to there, and then they can cross and then they can get to the industry. We've got some more housing over here where it's still relatively clean. That's not going to be super desirable. I mean, it is sort of offset from the rest of the areas, but it is, I mean, that's not a great view, is it? Factories. Nice. Tasty. We want to move some stuff around as well, so we're going to make some space in this industry. The pollution is beginning to clear. Now, I've raised the rail here a little bit, but not very much. I think I remember something about industrial rail can cope with a gradient of, I think it's 4%, but I have ensured that the gradient here is less than 1, so it's 0.9, just for this sort of raisey bit up and then goes back down, and then it's a bit more sensible. And the reason for that is obviously to make room for the we haven't got trains yet, do we? See, now for you that was 5 minutes ago I did that, but for me it was 2 days ago. Sometimes it takes a couple of days to record episodes, especially if you end up spending hours and hours and hours putting in hedges. There's only so much you can do in 1 day. It's near the ore, so we're going to have... this is 4 stars now, by the way. 4 stars, yeah. We've got the improved logistics in place, but where are we? Oh, we're nearly 5 stars. What else can we do over here? Have we got bus routes yet? We do. Is that's a trolley bus? Oh yes, I've got. I was thinking, why do I have a trolley bus? That will be because I have now got Sunset Harbour. So how about we get a bus depot? Now a bus depot is going to be a horrible noisy thing. Next to it, next to it, next to it. No. Uno momento. Por favor. There we go. So that is our bus depot, because we can stand. Oh, all right. Traffic's all cleared, but we could stand to have a bus line, and I think that there's nice, just simple, straightforward bus route for the taking here, and it can start here. And how many vehicles? 8. That's probably a bit much. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create another one in the opposite direction to make all of the people that understand how public transport works happy. So if I want to go from that stop to that stop, I don't have to go all the way around. I think we're going to have to admit defeat here, guys. In terms of milestones, it just feels like the amount of work that I'm going to have to do off camera or shift it up is going to take too long for this, unless it's a 4-hour episode, because I've already recorded about 10 hours of footage, I think. So I've got to shave that down to about 40 minutes. We're either going to have to buy this tile and spread over the river. Looks like it could have been a good place for some forest industry. I think maybe we'll buy this one, potentially put another little interchange up there, and maybe a small one just to come off, and then scooch up that whole area for more residential. I don't know, we might be able to try some fishing, but in terms of where we're going, or where we've got to build into, I guess this area, as foresty as it could be, that area or that area. Yeah, I have had a mod error. I've had an issue come up, an error report. Saved this as a different file name, so hopefully haven't lost all of the work when I exit and I try and come back. But we'll see. Fingers crossed. Well, look, we got a fair amount done in this episode. Even if we didn't make our intended 7,500, we've got neater residential areas. We've got another 4-star industry. We've got a healthy bank balance now. Even though the weekly income is still under 5,000, we are still getting, we've still got nearly 500,000. That will give us plenty of room to buy another tile next time, expand the industry a little bit more to get some more income, but we need to get another 2,500 residents in. We need to increase our residential map by another 50% to get that in. We need to double our residents before we can start putting in high density, in which case all of our demand worries will be done. Thanks very much for sticking around. We love your company, and catch you next time. Bye bye.